Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hampton.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29. This defense for the Chiefs, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Hampton. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Up the middle they go. It's Thornton, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going. That's exactly what you're looking for.
Now a handoff up the middle. Thornton, and a short gain down to about the 33. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
You got a mini basic.
Fields. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Henry. And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
This unit third best in the NFL in stopping the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. Hampton. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Up the middle they go. It's Hampton, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. He's got it with the 15. A big play there for L.A. 42 yards.
And not only does Justin Herbert have one of the biggest arms in the game, I don't know that anyone throws a prettier pass. Every time he throws the football, I just want to slow it down and have it be a highlight type of a throw. And oftentimes it is, just as we saw there.
He finds his man complete. That's Hampton. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now a handoff up the middle. Hampton. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Out of the gun, Herbert. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Easy, easy, easy. Here we go.
Fields now to throw. That's complete to Jalen Hyatt.
First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
The Chiefs at 12-3 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here we go.
On first down. It's Thornton, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. That's caught. Puka Nacua. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They snap it to Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11. All right.
Fields throwing again. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Chiefs who got the road victory there, so now looking to claim the season series at home in KC. Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. We're good. All right.
Out of the gun, Fields. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well, because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Chargers are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football, or you're going to cost your team chances.
The Charger drive about to get going. After the turnover, here's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Hampton. And he's able to get up here to the 26. So from the 26-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. Up the middle they go. Hampton. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Herbert. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Fields. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Butker's kick here is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hampton, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Hampton. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Second and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Herbert now. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He finds his man, complete. That's Hampton. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. His throw incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Herbert.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. And the Chiefs are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working.
Here we go.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember,
it's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jalen Hyatt with his 16th touchdown of the year.
And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Butker on for the PAT. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We're always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now.
That's caught inside the 20. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Up the middle they go. It's Hampton. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
50 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great effort there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. The returner, Trey Tucker, going to bring this one out. And he returns this to the 22. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this. But you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. To throw is Fields. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the 50, here's Fields. Pass complete there to Nakua. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now it's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Again, Fields. Over the middle, it's complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the 3rd quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
Hardman on the return. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half. Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll get it down here to the 43.
60 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's 2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hampton. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Here's Herbert.
Completes this to Elijah Higgins.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 27-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
This is 2nd and 8.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hampton, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And no move to get Herbert off the field. They're going for this.
Hey, go line.
Here we go on fourth. Herbert. Open man is Higgins. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on fourth down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the first down. It's now first and goal.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. And this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. His second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Has it to Hyatt on the out route. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
5:51. Here we go. Good. Right.
Here's Fields. And that'll be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Here we go, son.
Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Go, right.
On 4th down, Fields. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. 4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Go.
Here's Fields.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Fields now to throw.
And this is going to be intercepted. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll run on 1st down. Hampton, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Set. 5-9. Go.
Herbert rolling to his right. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Chiefs will take over here just shy of the 30.
That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter.
He's going to rifle one deep left side.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Now Fields. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Fields.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Deion Henley there on the tackle.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here we go, Snap. All right.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Angel. Easy. Tonight.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right side. But out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Fights off the defender. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Hey, Ken.
16-yard line.
Tonight.
Open man is Tucker.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Good.
Fields going to get this one out on the perimeter.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
And a huge touchdown there, Charles, to put them ahead at the 2-minute mark.
What a great finish we've got ahead of us. Let's see if the other team can answer.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And able to get this out to the 25. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Here comes 2nd down. Herbert going to throw.
Eluding the pressure right.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
Herbert to throw.
And that will be incomplete as well.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
Here we go. Sit high. Sit high.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red.